Welcome back. Well, joining us on the line is Dr. Victoria Ndinelago Erasmus, who is a marine scientist and center director at the IUM Swakopmund Research Training and Conference Center. And together with the Ocean Conservation Namibia, they'll be hosting a cleanup campaign taking place tomorrow at Swakopmund. Dr. Victoria, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Nina. Good evening, Namibia.
Well, Doctor, to start with, talk to us about what inspired this collaboration between IUM Swakopmund and Ocean Conservation Namibia to launch this coastal cleanup campaign.
First of all, one of IUM's strategic theme is focused on environmental protection and community engagement. So with this work, we're trying to engage the community, involve the community, because many a times an institution works in isolation from the community. So we are in this community and we want to make impactful inspiration, or we want to impact the community. And then secondly, the environment needs to be protected. It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be healthy for it to be able to sustain us as human beings and also biodiversity. So those things inspired us to organize this community cleaning campaign.
What are some of the biggest, environmental challenges currently affecting the Swakopmund coastline, Doctor?
There are issues such as climate change. There are issues such as biodiversity loss. There are issues such as pollution. And with this campaign, we're focusing on pollution as an environmental issue, because pollution is easier to spot as opposed to biodiversity loss, for example, or as opposed to climate change, for example. So those issues need to be addressed, and they're not going to be done by anybody else from Europe or wherever. It's us, the local people, that need to address these issues, including our pollution, in particular plastic pollution, and the solutions are usually very local and practical.
Beyond the cleaning the beach, Doctor, what long-term impact is it that you hope this campaign will have on environmental awareness and as well as community responsibility?
Number one, we are aiming to change the behavior of the society, the behavior of the community members, because you don't just want to pick up litter. You want to understand why it's important to pick up litter and what litter would do if it's not picked up. So if the environment is not clean, what impacts are there? So we are aiming to change the behavior of people, more so the young ones, because it's easier to change and mold the behaviors of young people than it is for adults. So the key thing here is behavioral changes. The other one is just protection of the environment, because this is a very, very small action, but it has bigger impacts, because if you leave that plastic waste, for example, there, it will stay in the environment for a long time, where whilst it's in that environment, it's negatively impacting biodiversity and the environment. So we want to be able to keep the environment clean.
Yeah. Another aspect of the campaign is also focusing on research and data collection. What kind of information will participants be helping to collect?
Okay, so we're going to look at the types of litter that is found in the 3 sites that are demarcated. So apart from the types, we're also going to look at the quantities, okay? So the bags, once they are filled up, they're going to be counted. We want to be able to know how much waste is found in this specific area, closer to the beach or closer to the dump site or into Matutura, because we're cleaning 3 sites. So we want to know what sort of litter is found there, how much of that litter is there, and then we want also to know how far is it off from the beach, because all this special information is important for future cleanup campaigns. It's also important for planning. It's also important for community engagement, because when you engage the community, you want to be able to say, we found more glass, we found more plastic, we found more, things like that. So you want to be able to make reference to the actual data.
Yeah. Well, Doctor, is this a campaign that will be repeated, during season peak times at the coast? Because we know, when there's tourists, it's great for the economy, but it also means that more people are making use of the beach, more people are making use of certain facilities, around the coastline. And then littering, obviously, is a bit more intense than it is during the year. So are you looking at repeating, a campaign of this nature?
Yes, definitely, Nina. This campaign is, we started now, but it's going to be continuous. It's going to be on the calendar. So I urge everyone to diarize this on their calendar. Come 2027, come 2028, and in the future, we'll be going to organizing these community cleaning campaigns because we want to instill pride in the communities to know that they are contributing positively to environmental protection. So it's not just a once-off thing. So
Fantastic.
it's continuous, yes.
Fantastic. Well, for participants, what can they expect on the day? Talk to us about what time it will start, where the meeting point is, etc. What exactly will be happening tomorrow?
Nina, so far we have received 222 participants who have confirmed that they'll come. So as soon as they get to the center, the assembly point is the Swakopmund Research, Training and Conference Center. So they will get at the parking side, and there will be deployed into 3 groups. There's a group that will just focus on the beach and that area there, west of the center. And then there'll be another group that will focus from the eastern part of the center, going all the way into close to DRC and in that area of the dumping site. And then also the third group will go to Matutura all the way to, like, as if you're going to Tamariska, and then Odek that side, and then it comes back to the center. So what you can expect then is for each site, there's going to be a water point where participants can refill their water supply, because we did make it clear that we're trying to protect the environment. So we will not dish out single-use bottles.
Okay.
Come with your bottle so that it can be refilled. Also, the other thing is, what is really, really unique about this campaign is at the end, we're going to have environmental talks where biologists, scientists are going to give talks to the community members or to the participants. In those talks, we're going to talk about what is pollution, what are the impacts, what can we do to not only clean today, but to have long-term solutions. So at the same time, the community can ask questions that are really at a level that is low, so that they can understand, not just in the scientific terms or using scientific jargons, but for us to really break down this information to the community so they can understand, because you cannot value and you cannot protect what you do not understand.
Yeah. 100%, Doctor. That's a very valid point you leave us with there. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us, and all the best with the cleanup campaign tomorrow.
Thank you for having me. See you tomorrow.